From those of you who know Marques Houston and his music, I'm somewhat familiar with it. I thought the guy was a great singer, and he's like roughly around the same age as me, from the same generation. The guy is a very talented man. He's never really had many problems. But one of the things about brother Marques Houston is that he did something that most American men shouldn't do, which is getting married to somebody who's young, hot, and attractive. Now, of course, this is not the same with older women. Let me explain. With Madonna, she is currently 64. Madonna sleeps with guys who are 25, younger than that, and nobody says anything, right? But in the case of Marques Houston, people are trying to say that, you know what? His young wife, I believe now she's 22, which is a 19-year difference. You know, somehow he was messing with her when she was younger. But now Marques Houston has pretty much discussed this and talked about it in this particular clip.
Me and my wife's situation is a little different, you know, how we met, you know, through mutual friends and everything like that. You know, when I met my wife, she was 17. So, you know, we had no really conversation and no really connection until, you know, she was of age. And, you know, people don't understand it. And I got a lot of backlash for marrying someone that was 19. And, you know, when we did finally start to talk, I was like, this woman is like me. And she was just like, when I would talk to her, she just, for one, we had a spiritual connection. And I feel like that's the most important thing. We both love God. We both love Jehovah. And that was key. And being able to start being around her and talking to her and talking to, like, we got it. We connected through music. And, you know, her spirit, her kindness, her heart reminds me a lot of my.
And let me just say this. At age 36, he admitted that he met her at 17. He had no contact with her until she was an adult. Now, they got married at 19. So I can understand that, you know, there could be some concern about that. What I do want to say is this. While he has to explain himself, I think we've seen enough evidence with black men who have the means to do so, who are marrying different, you know, kinds of women. And let's just be honest, we're talking about like people like the Passport Bros and brothers like that. A lot of ladies are going to have an issue with you doing whatever you're trying to do. Now, I noticed that for black men. Women typically can do whatever they want. Erykah Badu can date J. Ryan Atkinson and stuff like that. But the reality is that he's a guy that has money, that has means. Why is he not dealing with somebody his age? That's what y'all are upset about, right? He's not dealing with a woman his age. So that's why y'all are questioning the guy. He's not marrying a woman his age. Let me just say this. Black men deserve to have, as long as it is legal, as long as it is not against the law. Why are you so concerned about what these guys are doing? Like, number one, he did marry her, right? They are both, listen to what I'm saying, both devout members of the Watchtower Society, aka Jehovah's Witnesses. Okay? So they're doing their thing. But the reality is that how dare you marry a woman in this community that, number one, is, I feel, is beautiful and ain't got no kids, and why not one of us? That's what y'all are mad about. That's what I actually believe. This is what y'all are mad about. Those people who have a problem with it. And the thing about it is this. The guy waited until he was in his 40s. Okay? Most men that have built themselves up, and I'm talking from personal experience. You have worked hard all your life. You have built yourself up all your life. You don't want to marry a woman that you feel, based on this particular society, are some of the things going on in society, dare I say what Brother Kevin Sims would call modern woman, that you feel is a good fit or that isn't a good fit? Who wants to deal with that? And this is the problem that a lot of people have, right? Like, when you get married, that's serious. Okay? He met the lady. He's never been charged. All right? They're in the same religion. The parents are okay with it. So why does he need to come out and explain himself when there's no evidence of foul play? But the reality is that as of a black man, you know, that's the whole thing with these brothers going over to Brazil and the Philippines and stuff like that. Like, you don't need to get you a woman that's young and beautiful. You need to have a woman that got 3 kids. Now, if he did that, right? Married a woman, 35, 3 kids by 2 different guys, we wouldn't be talking about this right now. Like, we wouldn't. We literally would not be talking about this. Because for a lot of black men, that's what a lot of people want. Look at this guy. Who's the guy that's married to this lady, right? This Atlanta lawyer. His wife is divorced. What is the guy's name? Eva Marcel and Michael Sterling. Look at this guy, right? Now, if you're this guy, you marry a single mom, you adopt the lady. Now Eva Marcel is, I don't know how old, right? But you marry this lady. You adopt her kid. You have 2 more kids with her. She divorces you. Now you're actually dealing with somebody in your league, right? That's the thing. You know, and I'm not trying to say that dealing with somebody else's kids is always a bad thing for certain guys. I would think that's not preferred, at least even for me. But for some people, look, they say that they love it. They're glad their stepfather. I don't know how possible that can be, but hey, you like it, I love it, right? But that's what a lot of black men are supposed to be. Black men are supposed to be relegated to things like that. Like, you don't need to have your own kids or anything, or you need to deal with a woman on her terms. So let me get this straight. You know, however the lady, age is, if she was 25, it'd be different. It would still be a problem, because why are you dealing with, you want somebody you can control. So even if he's 41, she's 26. Why is she so younger than you? You want somebody you can control. But if that woman by any chance is 40, is 50, and the guy is 35, you go, girl. 47, the guy is 26. You go, girl. You got you a young one. And the reality is, guys that have money are just not gonna. Guys that have money are gonna look at it a different way. Y'all don't want to hear that, but it is the God's honest truth. If you're a man, you have earned your keep, and you are not married yet, then one of the last things you're gonna do, for the most part, is sit back, get married to somebody that you feel, all right, is number one, not gonna add any value, not wanting to be a wife. And he's probably dealt with a lot of different ladies before, to the point that, look, I know what I do want and what I don't want. And that's one thing about as age, you know, like the old folks used to say, age brings about a change, right? Age brings about a change. So the last thing I want to do is to go into a situation where I don't think is good. I want someone with the same values. So they're trying to bring the guy down. The guy never talked down on nobody. He's living his life, and a lot of other guys are doing the same thing. Stella got her groove back. Y'all mad at that? So, guys, what do you think? It is your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. We just here for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.